Somebody forgot to take the loop off. I had it going perfect this week. Everything was on point. I forgot one thing, and Groundhog Daying the loop. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Brunch Gimmick. I am Lawrence Kurtze, and joined this week by the handsome, the effervescent, the pure joy of Between Two Beards for Exposure. Pluggo, what's up?
Hi. No, it makes sense that you'd mess up the loop on the night or the morning or the afternoon, wherever you're watching this at, while I'm here, because that's what happens all the time on every show I'm a part of. So, perfect. Uh-oh. We got Big Ben in the house already.
Oh, shit.
He says, good afternoon, you effing porn stars. I hope your coffees are hot and delicious and that your hogs are busy. And then Philly's saying Big FMP. Apparently that is what I am now known as over on Saturday mornings.
Also legally, we had your name legally changed. You should not have given me power of attorney.
Omar's in the house. What's up,
snap.
Love Wrestling? Great week for Love Wrestling. Great week for you, friend. You wrote a killer article about RJ City go check that out over at lovewrestling.ca on the interwebs.
Yeah, absolutely. How was your week, Pluggo?
No, it was pretty solid. Pretty solid. Missed you last night, Lawrence. Well, I missed you too last night, Lawrence.
Yeah. I had a big weekend. Sadly, I missed. It's like only, I think, the second IWS show I missed in like 3 or 4 years. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Well, that's right. You'll get them next month. You'll be there ready to hold a wrestler down, take a chop, whatever need be. Oh, the week was fine. Week was good. Busy week in professional wrestling. Busy week at Love Wrestling. Busy week in life. But we're here. We're brunch gimmicking it up on this Sunday afternoon for me.
Yeah. I had the great joy this week. What up, JPJ? You're a better half right there. One of your two better halves. One of your thirds, quarters.
Anybody that works with me is better than me. That's 100% for sure. JPJ is definitely leaps and bounds better than I am. I'm wearing this today, JPJ, because he told me I was not allowed to wear my Montreal Canadiens hoodie on beards.
Wow, that I feel that somebody with Boston would do that.
So that's why I decided today for Lawrence, I would do that for him.
And I saw his thing, then did a wardrobe change before the show. I was wearing another shirt, and I switched to my honorary half shirt.
Yeah. Oh, so what's new and exciting? What do we want to talk about today, Lawrence? It's your show. I'm just hanging out.
I had a fun week this week. I went to C4.
Yeah, how was that?
Oh, it was so much fun. Like, they put on a great show every time. I think it's going to be out on IWTV this week.
Should be.
It's usually the Tuesday or Thursday of like a few days afterwards. Truly a great show. Like, do yourself a favor, watch Titus Alexander and Junior Benito, because they put on an absolute banger. Like, if only we had alert for that, but that is property of another show.
That is the sole intellectual property of For Exposure Inc.
Yeah.
Mr. Pacheco and myself.
What we can do is the no-name version. Bonger alert. Bonger alarm. Bow, bow, bow.
No, yeah, I love C4 shows. I always catch them because it does kind of bum me out that they don't run them live, for you to see, because there's so many people talking about them on the Twitter sphere, and you're like, oh, I wish I could see it, but I'll catch it. I think usually Tuesday or Wednesday of that week, like you said. So I'll be checking that out.
Yeah. Also, shout out to Nathan Yaramovich, who drove me down. Him and his brother, nice. An AWS wrestler. Yeah,
didn't our buddy Mike? He's the one that made the poster.
Yeah, he made one of the the full card poster. And yeah, I was able to. The Zach Ross special. You call that?
Classic. Zark's gonna Zark, man.
Yeah.
He's a bit under the weather today, friends, so I filling in for him.
Oh, Nathan is absolutely jacked. And also, getting to meet Mike was one of the a good reason I went to, but meeting Mike, who, by the way, is a ginormous human being.
Oh,
that
really?
That man is 6'5". Like, the computer, it's one of those things where streaming with people this long, you have no idea their heights.
Yeah, you're only this far down.
I assume Pluggo is 7'1". Yeah.
Can confirm, not quite 7 feet.
You're literally very, very tall, and we saw each other, and immediately I had to take a running leap to hug him.
And he didn't catch you full.
Yeah, but yeah, we had a great time. Mike rules.
C4 rules.
Yeah, C4 was such a fun show. Top to bottom, definitely the opening match was Speedball and Young Jay Lee. And that was also a great match. And the other match I really thought was a standout was the 6-man between the tag team champions Pretty Ricky and Puff and damn it, I forgot the third man on their team against DDT, Ben Toll, and Twiggy as their manager, and they literally it was just complete chaos from the moment Puff and Pretty Ricky came to the ring. They just immediately started throwing chairs in the ring.
Well, yeah, because Puff was angry about those Quizplex questions.
Yeah, 100%. Still mad. I talked to him after about it. I apologized on behalf of Love Wrestling about it.
Did you really?
Yeah. He then asked if I was also one of the Beards. He asked about you. Like he was like, oh, "Are you one of the Beards going to be on the Beards?" Like, I am not. In fact, it's a Canadian production, but yet that our flagship show is run by two Americans.
Did he really? Did Puff really ask about the Beards?
Yeah, he 100% asked about the Beards.
Well, that's awesome. Puff's welcome anytime.
Puff rules. Puff's the best. Like that whole match.
I don't know why he'd ask about us. We weren't on the Quizplex, but we love it. We'll take it.
Yeah. But like that whole match from the start to finish, like they made a warning before, like if you have garbage, throw it out. There's a wedding happening the next morning in that same venue, and they immediately Puff immediately grabbed both. I think it was Ben Toll, at one point grabbed and tossed and emptied a garbage can on the floor. Then Puff did the same on the other side, like they're throwing garbage cans at each other. Puff hit Ben Toll with a wrench, and he was just dumbfounded that didn't win the match. Even after the match, it's he talking about Toll. It's like, I hit you in the head with a wrench. How did that not win?
Oh my gosh! So you can imagine that wedding, right? So the sanctity of the marriage, this sacred ground that we are here today to bless this holy union of two people. Last night was just getting desecrated by Puff and Ben Toll. If only they knew what happened here the night before.
Yeah.
They might have changed venues, but hopefully they're still married. It would have been 2 days later, so.
Yeah. And also the next day I went to a university football game. Shout out to Stingers, who won 42-24. And, I cannot escape wrestling. Because whoever was DJing that game paid at least 10 different wrestling theme songs.
Nice.
From the jump, almost at the beginning, played Io Shirai. And I immediately sprouted up. Then not long afterwards, god damn it! I wrote them all down on the thing, but kept playing them. Came back from halftime to the as they're about to kick off to Roman Reigns' theme.
Oh, so it took 45 minutes.
Yeah, to kick off the ball. We all
had to wait.
Yeah, played Brock Lesnar's theme. Somebody there is a wrestling nerd.
Hell
and
yeah.
I see him. I know it. I was one of the few people that caught on to that really quickly.
I used to run karaoke at a bar, and when I'd call you up to the stage, I'd play wrestling theme song music.
Yeah.
As you walked up, wrestling is everything. Wrestling is everywhere. Puff thought Ophelia was lying. Oh, Puff, we got to school Puff up on knowing that Ophelia knows everything.
Yeah, Puff, the nicest guy in the world. Buy his merch. We definitely should have him on more shows coming up. He's a really dope dude.
All right, well,
yeah,
we'll make it happen. We'll call some people. We'll have his people call our people. We'll make it work. Big news though this weekend. If I may, full shoot. So I was sitting there Friday night at home with the kiddos. I was getting things around, doing things. We just kind of got home, and I was like, well, I don't know if I'm going to kick SmackDown on quite yet. I want to do some things. I'll catch it. All of a sudden, I'm scrolling TikTok, and I see McAfee's on, and I was like, oh, shit, McAfee's there. Cool. Glad to have him there, because I know College Game Day was there, speaking of college football. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, the music hits, and I run to my TV, and I'm like, it's the Rock is here? SmackDown? So there went my Friday night. I was like, well, I'm now watching SmackDown for the rest of the evening. Holy shit, Lawrence, what's up with The Rock is back? He did tease on the McAfee show that he might wrestle at WrestleMania 40, so.
Yeah, I watched that entire McAfee interview, and, definitely a lot of fun and interesting. I think the biggest news out of the interview was that he was locked in to wrestle Roman Reigns last year. Yep. They had a preliminary agreement in place. But, apparently they just couldn't work the creative out. Because The Rock wanted to have it to lead to something bigger, to, have Like as he's like they wanted something to come out of this match for like the future, and they just couldn't nail down what it would be. That's why the match didn't happen.
What could he possibly want to come out of this match for the future? That's what I want to know.
I was thinking the same thing. Like The Rock wanted something bigger to come out of this, and like the creative just didn't work, and that's why they bailed on it. As The Rock told McAfee, which is like, the instant joke now is that Cody is going to be 80, so like Ric Flair age, 70 years old, finally finishing the story as he pins Roman's grandson, who's
held the title for 3 straight years. Well, actually, like, if you don't mind, we could go down that little road. Like, that's my whole thought on that too. Is like, that's all we did last year, right? It was like, oh, if you've got The Rock at WrestleMania, you don't give it to Sammy. If you got The Rock at WrestleMania, it's got to be The Rock and Roman.
Yeah.
And then it was like, well, you can't put it on Cody. It can't be Cody if you got The Rock. If you got The Rock, we're going to go through this again where it's like, well, we got The Rock at Mania, so it can't be Cody. Can't give it to Cody because The Rock, and I know that there's a whole group of people that doesn't think the WWE title needs to be involved. It's going to be involved because it's The Rock and Roman, and why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
So, Cody's never going to win this thing. How do we get Cody the title? Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I'm getting yelled at.
How dare you pick the Jets over the Cowboys? And why is Buffalo losing to the Raiders? Why is this happening on my Sunday, gentlemen?
Okay. One, Buffalo they had problems last week. They're having problems again this week. Sounds like it's going to be a long year of Buffalo. 2, I don't know, Big Ben. I'm not saying. I have a feeling the defenses it's going to be a low-scoring defensive affair, and for some reason, I think in my mind it would be funnier if the Jets went on this run where they just went to the Super Bowl with Zach Wilson.
Oh, could you imagine? And they replace him with Rodgers after that. Like he finally gets things together after the year he has, and they still replace him. Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Yep.
Because
I don't know. I really like that Jets defense a lot. I don't know.
Yeah, but Sauce Gardner's a beast.
You got to make a pick, Big Man. And I mean, I had to pick. I just picked. If you looked at last week's picks, I didn't do great. So it's actually probably better for you that I took the Jets than if I took the Cowboys. But 40-year-old. But yeah, they did win 40-0 last week against the Giants, Big Ben. Who the Giants are a dumpster fire, it looks like. But the Jets' defense is much better than the Giants' defense, and it's not even close. And Dak Prescott has a tendency to throw some interceptions. So we'll see what happens.
Look, I hate the Cowboys. I think they're probably going to win that game. I truly just like their owners sucks. He's a real bad person. Who I could care less about.
Big Ben said Michael Parsons is going to murder Zach Wilson, possibly.
And then he's going to join the Eagles because I've never met a player who wants to join the other teams as bad as Micah Parsons wants to join the Philadelphia Eagles. That dude has commented complimented the Eagles so much on how he loves their defense. I mean, every billionaire is, but the Cowboys owner is especially bad. Historically. But yes, back to the original point of
Cody ever finishing this Cody.
I don't think it needs a title. At the end of the day, this feud, you don't need to do Cody Roman Rock with the title. He could drop it before Mania at a big pay-per-view. Maybe the big show they look like they're doing in Australia or something. They could drop it at a big show. And still have The Rock screw him over if you're doing it. And set it up you can, and Roman's already made that belt mythical in nature. You putting that on somebody else is going to be massive, and that will automatically be a massive main event. Like, it's him passing the torch to somebody else who's probably going to be there, obviously, more than Roman will be. And you've already got, like, another star there to carry that belt.
Well, if our boss was here, Mr. Spencer Love, he would tell you that it does need the belt, because he yelled at JPJ, well, me especially, on Thursday one time about it. They're going to do it like everything. He still has the belt. Who could stop him? The Rock could be the one to take it away from him. The final boss.
But like The Rock, we all know.
I know.
Second the writer strikes over, he's got to get back to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I agree. So I don't know how they do it, but I don't know how you get it to Cody without making Roman look.
Unless you make it a triple threat. Unless for some reason they like WWE's propensity to do triple threats. In this moment, you add Cody in there as well.
We've got The Rock. We've got Roman Reigns. They have a story that is 30, 40 years in the making. Oh, yeah, and Cody, he's got some story, too, that we got to finish. Let's throw them all together. WrestleMania 40, baby.
Cody does his 23andMe and finds out he's part Samoan
yes.
and part of the Hawaii family. Yes. That's how we finish the story.
Mrs. Pluggo, hi, sweetie. How are you?
Hi, Mrs. Pluggo.
Yes, I'm 1/8 Samoan, so I'm in this family.
Yeah. Turns out I'm also a cousin.
Oh man, he shows up with the paperwork and he's like,
yeah.
You can't have the real Samoan dynasty battle without me.
Yeah.
Oh, that would
Cody Rhodes on Hawaii.
He comes out doing the Usos chant that they used to do, just ready to go. Oh, that would be I sign me up for that. I'm here for that. So yeah, the big loser of the week is Cody Rhodes.
And also
it's like that scene in Toy Story. I don't want to play with you anymore. They just toss poor Cody on Hawaii up to the side. As The Rock went on McAfee's show talking about how, I might be there at 40.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
But like,
because my argument with that, in all seriousness, when they were doing the Sammy stuff, was like, you have such a killer story right here with Sammy, like, but it's still overshadowed by the quote unquote potential The Rock may or may not wrestle at WrestleMania. So the reason you're not pulling a trigger on anything is because you may have The Rock. Yeah. Like, I just don't want to go through another Mania season where we may have The Rock, so we're not going to do this, we're not going to do that. And then all of a sudden he pulls out at the end because he couldn't get the creative right.
Yeah. Plus, like, it's going to be, like, the match, if he does have it with Roman and with the title, it's going to be predictable. Like, Roman's going to win it because The Rock's not going to be there afterwards. Like,
right.
We know that for sure.
And then we'll be at the same place that Roman beat The Rock. So now who's going to beat Roman? And it'll be 5 years down the road before he drops that belt.
Yeah. But also, big news this week. Jade Cargill looks to be almost 100% officially. Like, they're now like WWE sources saying
I gave it Buffalo.
Still early. Still 20 minutes into the game. Like,
Ben's gonna chop you, dude.
Yeah.
He's excited. Yeah, Jade Cargill, a.k.a. that bitch.
Yeah.
WWE bound? I saw a report this morning that she's going to start this week in the Performance Center and get her training going.
Yeah, which is, all things considered, great for her.
Like, 100%.
From, like, a wrestling standpoint, she's getting the best training in the world. Like, again, like, she already was very lucky to work with Danielson, but like that time is very limited. Like, it's before shows. Now she's got like focus coaches with her for hours on end inside the Performance Center, and like they can work on a lot. They can work on her promo skills like for like a full day instead of just like a few hours before the show. Like she's got a full day of gets full days of training now with some of the best teachers in the world. And from a branding perspective, there is no one better. Like, WWE is so smart for signing her because, like, there's like very few people who look like $1 million like that. Who you just
Right.
like the second you enter a room, you're like, oh no, they are a star. Like there's just an aura about them, and just like a look to them, like, oh no, they are that other stratosphere of just like you might not even know who they are, but you just know, oh wait, they're famous. They're somebody who is a like star. Like I have a friend like that who's just like she's a singer, and like you like you just know like, oh wait, no, she is bound for TV and to like do the to like tour and stuff like you just know that person is like just slightly ahead of everyone else and just like meant for that. And like Jade is 100% that, and like clearly she wants to grow her brand, and WWE I feel is the best place for her to do it.
Well, that's when she first debuted in the Shaq Cody feud, and she just showed up on the screen. You immediately was like, "Who is that?"
Yeah,
because they were teasing it was going to be a big deal, and we didn't know who she was, but she looked like $1 million. Like I said on Beards on Thursday, I've been on the Jade Cargill bandwagon since pretty much day one. Like, yeah, the promo was a little rough, but then again, I figured that for somebody green, you can work around that, and then she has progressively gotten better and better and better but they never gave her anything. It wasn't like, they didn't give her hardly any matches that were longer than 5 minutes. AEW, in my opinion, I don't know why she's leaving. I don't have, obviously that's for her to tell and her story, but there's a misstep. I think that AEW is going to regret letting her go. She was a huge star, and if they would have pushed her right, that would have been amazing. Like we never got Britt Baker versus Jade Cargill. I don't know why that never happened. Or Jade going after the women's title. I don't know why that wasn't a thing. I do know that Jade at one point said she wasn't going to sign with the WWE back in the day because of all the sponsorship deals she had, all the money she already had coming in. Her husband's pretty well off. And then she had a bunch of, but she didn't want to lose out on all that sponsorship money. But maybe that's what she's thinking. She's like, oh, I could take this shot. Why not? Let's go for it. And what better place to be than the place that seemingly does a better job of promoting their women's wrestlers than AEW has been able to do historically. So yeah, go for it.
Yeah, like again, like it might not, like I'm not saying they didn't give her a bunch of money, but like clearly it was reported that she said it wasn't because of the money. Because like it's also like I said, it's not necessarily because of the money they're paying her right now, but like just from exposure alone, there's no company that does it like WWE that can help build her name and build her brand. So like I'm sure they're paying, if not the same, then slightly more than AEW did. But like,
she told them she said that it wasn't all about the money because she's got money.
Yeah, exactly.
Her husband is Brandon Phillips, for those that don't know, and he played for the Cincinnati Reds for years, and baseball player. Very good baseball player at that, so he made a lot of money. She's got a lot of endorsement deals, and she's got a lot of her own businesses, so she's got it. She does this because she loves it.
Yeah, and they own a softball team together.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I would own a softball team. Let's own a softball team,
yeah,
Lauren.
let's do it.
Let's get Love Wrestling softball team. Let's get one.
Okay. Before we get into the match, what were your feelings towards this year's PWI? Do you think like they got it about right?
I would say so. I have to pull it up again quick. I think as I look for it real quick.
Yeah.
Excuse me. There it is. I really enjoyed Orange Cassidy being at number 8. I know I saw some people on my side of the social media world saying like he should have been higher. I'm just happy he's in the top 10 getting the respect that he deserves for the year that he's had. The guy is fantastic. I got no problems with Rollins being number 1. I'm looking at the list now. So the top 10 was Rollins, Reigns, Moxley, Gunther, Vikingo, MJF, Kazuchika Okada, Orange Cassidy, Josh Alexander, and one Cody Rhodes, future Samoan Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
I didn't mind the top 10. The list overall, I enjoy these lists. You take them with a grain of salt. It's one group of people's opinions. It's subjective. It's kayfabe. It's whatever you want it to be. I don't know how you leave Naito off of a 500 list, but that happens. And then I said yesterday on For Exposure he could slot in perfectly at 58. We could take out the 58th best wrestler according to them and just put Naito there. That would be ideal for me. because that 58th best wrestler in the world is redacted former NWA champion.
Which is, like, literally, that's like their one major mistake. I feel like, how do you, like, that almost makes it seem like they made a wise choice and made that fucking idiot. It's past 10 minutes. We're well past 10 minutes. That fucking moron who legitimately, stupidity, there are a lot of stupid wrestlers. The fact, motherfucker can't even wrestle. I have more athletic ability than Tyrus does. Like, hands down, I can run the ropes better than him right now. 100%. I can say that, like, with my whole chest.
Like, if you're Powerhouse Hobbs, who's number 59 right now,
yeah,
like, what the?
Like, 58. Like, they should have made him, like, if you're going to put him on the list because, like, he's NWA champion, put him at 500. Put him at the very last because he sucks as a person and sucks even more as a wrestler, which I cannot believe is even possible. Like, for the thing he gets paid for. Like, he's a just bad person all around. And you have him at 58. Like, come on. Like, I get you're nerds for the NWA title and you want to, like, it's a world championship, but screw that. Like, he wasn't a good champion. He was in fact having him the champion was a disrespect and, like, made everyone look down on that promotion as a whole. Like, they should have put him, if you're going to put him on the list, put him dead last on that list.
Yeah, did I
like 58 was
ridiculous. What a mistake. What a mistake. But like, that, and I get it, because it's a list. The criteria is, you know, championships, wins, losses, criteria, wrestling, all this kind of stuff. But you look at him subjectively within the ring, and he's been consistently the worst wrestler. Yep, and then of course I was going to say Masha being at 15 is insane. It's so good, insanely good, not in a bad way. Like that is so cool. I've said it on the last 3 shows I've been on. Her run this year has been next to none. She's the highest rated female wrestler on the top 500 of all time. Beating out, I think Jordan Grace was in the 30s a year or 2 ago, and then Trisha Dora was at 45 like 3 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. So good for her. That's awesome. I love to see it. You love to see it. She's definitely one of those female wrestlers that, like, you put her up against anybody, male or female, and I think she's going to win.
Yeah. She is like one of those, like, terrifying people who will knock your head off at any moment.
Yeah, don't mess with Masha.
Like, just coming off GCW, being GCW champion, the first ever female GCW champion, well deserving of that spot. Like, it was also, like, although she is signed to Impact, like, big for independent wrestling too.
Yep.
She works a lot of independent dates, sort of like.
Yeah, wasn't she the first? She was the first women's champion GCW, right? Yep.
Yeah. Yep. The first female is the GCW heavyweight champion.
He's a piece of shit, but we're counting that as criteria to make a list. I'm sure a lot of dudes would be.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's not only just a piece of shit, but he's also a bad wrestler. Like, he's not good at the thing, like, in a kayfabe sense and in a, like, athletic sense. In almost, like, every criteria.
He's not good at the one thing.
Yeah. Like, everyone else on that list is better than he is. Like, heads and tails are more entertaining than he is.
Jeez. But that was just the one where I was. But overall, I mean, we had Speedball coming in at 39, which I did think was a little low. But you know, hey, that's okay.
Like, last year was the highest I think he's done, which was number 30. Because I think the only other time he was on was like 5 years ago. Because, like, again, they don't really, like, do. Just, like, they didn't judge him when he was just wrestling in Canada or, like, around the world. Like, they didn't necessarily put him on the list, but, like, since he's gone back to the States. But again, like, it was a little low considering he won Bola this year. Like, and came in second best Battle of the Super Juniors. Like, despite not winning a championship, he's had a hell of a run this year. Like, winning Bola was massive. I felt like a little higher for Speedball, but yeah, I think 39 is fair when you, like, at the grand scheme, there are so many amazingly talented people. Like, all 500, I would say all 499 people on that list are insanely talented. And you could make an argument for anyone, for so many of them to be in the top 20 or top 30.
Yeah, it's. I talked about it yesterday. JPJ saying, you know, Ospreay not being in the top 10 is a surprise to him. I'd argue I don't know who you take out of that top 10 to slot him in. Maybe Josh Alexander, because Alexander did have some injury towards the end of the evaluation period, but it's a tough list. It's hard. Like, it seems easy.
Yeah.
500 people, just throw them on a list. You'll make it work. There's so many options. How hard can it be? I'm sure there's some tough calls in that war room while they're putting it together. We did have a bunch of LPW talent. Shazza McKenzie, Speedball Mike Bailey, Zoe Sager, Travis Williams, Evan Rivers. I think I'm missing somebody else. So if it pops into your head, let me know. But I think I got them all. Jody Threat.
Yeah.
I think there was Jody Threat, who's been in LPW. So, yeah, I love this list. I have so much fun with these lists. I like reading about them, looking it up. It helps me discover new wrestlers. Maybe I didn't know. Maybe I need to check out. You see a guy like on a list where, like Vikingo for me a couple
Icarus,
years ago.
You forgot Icarus, the guy you interviewed.
Judas Icarus. Oh, my God. I'll never hear the end of that one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. They got the B team in today because Lawrence had to scrape to the bottom of the barrel to get somebody to show up today.
No, I had to pony up the big bucks to get Pluggo in here.
But yes, Judas Icarus, who will be there. I guess I was thinking more in the terms of people who have officially wrestled for LPW. They haven't officially wrestled yet, but they will be there this month. But yeah, I enjoy reading these lists. It's a fun little list. I know that people look at it weird and say, "Oh, it doesn't mean anything." In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't. But it's still cool to see all your friends like show off their PWI number and just be excited for them. Like I look at a guy like Alex Kane, who I've been watching for years, who's now up to 34, and it's like so cool to see his number rise every single year. Or a Billy Starks, or just people like that you've had on your shows or you're friends with, and like just cool stuff.
Like you just know somebody as Billy Starks is going to be like within the next year or two in the conversation for top 10. Like she's going to be one of those women who like definitely has star potential, and just like already at this point at 18 years old, you can already almost consider a veteran of the business because she's been doing it for so long.
I know, right? Isn't that crazy? We got everything pro wrestling in the house saying, yo. Yeah, and that's the cool thing. And then in a couple months, they're going to drop the women's 250.
Yeah.
Which is dope. They upped it to 250, so that's awesome to see. That just gives you more exposure for more wrestlers. It's just a cool little list. Don't take it too serious, except for that blotch at 58.
Yeah. I'll put you on the spot a little bit. If you had to do a Pluggo's like top 5 wrestlers,
jeez,
right? Like, and you, I'll try to do it too. Like this is coming off the dome.
Top 5 wrestlers. For
like the Pluggo's top 5 PWI, he's in charge right now.
Oh,
we have a little gun to his head. He's got to name 5 that he thinks should be on the list.
That's tough because like what was my criteria? The 5 that I like the most, like Marco Stunt.
Marco Stunt 5 times. List over.
The people I advocate for, I don't know. I will say this: if I was doing it based off the PWI style, I don't think that their top 5 is bad. I don't. Yeah. I mean, you could probably argue MJF in that top 5 opposed to Vikingo.
I'd even put KO and Sammy higher.
KO and Sammy could have been higher. That's tough for me to like on a whim just go my top 5 because like I don't think that they did a bad job this year. There's no glaring like, oh my God, in the top at least 15 that they did like Carmelo Hayes being up there. He could have been a little higher. Samoa Joe's always Daniel Bryan. Kevin Owen and Sammy at 21-22 is pretty good. I mean, that's not too bad. I mean, Sammy though had that that massive run to the title and that big story with the bloodline. I am surprised he didn't get put a little higher.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Like he had probably he was the most talked about wrestler for like 4 or 5 months. So like, on top of Roman Reigns, like leading up into Elimination, or even to WrestleMania, the tag match with the Usos, like was one of the matches of that night, and like everything leading up to it was like it was so hot. And like large part to Sami Zayn, the work he did. Right. So like you could easily like he would be in my personal like top 5 of the year. because like there was a whole pay-per-view basically marketed on his back.
Oh yeah, that in Montreal, that moment was massive. Yeah. It was huge. And just this whole story lead up, like you said, and the story after, he's been killing it. So yeah, I could argue that. I would say though, it's like Taryn from Accounting is 1, Marco Stunt is 2. That's my list. That is all I need. TFA and Marco Stunt. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, good.
I'd have to really sit and think about it though.
Yeah.
Like because like no matter hammer a 5,
like it's hard for anyone to do. Like you've got like your own personal biases and stuff. Like I will always like ride for my Canadians.
Like even though he yelled at me, Big Ben Ortman's my guy. Yeah, ride for him.
Yeah, like by the way, watch Crossbody Pro Wrestling every week at 7:00 on Wednesdays. Great show.
Yes, it is. I mean, even like you said, the biases thing too. And I mean, I know he's coming to wrestle for us next month or this month, 2 weeks. But like, I always enjoy Speedball. I think Speedball is a top 5 wrestler in the world right now. Like, I wouldn't, like, you know what I mean? I think Jordan Oliver's had a hell of a year. If you're talking independent guys that don't get a lot of pub, he came in at 114. I have to imagine next year you're going to see him in the top 50.
Yeah,
easy. Like maybe 30, because dude's good.
Like there is so much talent out there, and like I think like people use it to be like there's like this shitty side where like people use it to be toxic and like to try to push their fandom of one company or the other. But like there's the great side, which is like what you were saying earlier, to use it, which is like helping to discover other talent. Like look at all those who are in like the 100 to the like thing categories. Those are the upcoming stars that you're going to be talking about soon. Those are the people who are like working it right now, and although they might not be winning, are having like great matches on shows that like are constantly talked about.
Oh yeah, like, and that's like, what you should use it for.
Yeah, like the ones in like the top 20 are the ones that are champions and that have won a lot in the last year. But like the lower ones are the ones that are having consistently great matches, where like they have made themselves get talked about because like they aren't necessarily winning, but they're going to be there soon. He's the Rodney Dangerfield. He gets no respect.
Oh, Big Ben, we
Rodney Dangerfield of wrestling.
But I think that's how you should use this list. You should use it in that way. I don't know. I get it. Everybody do what you want to do. If you want to hate on it. But flip to the back of that bottom of that list, or flip to the bottom, or whatever you want to do, and just look at the 400 through 500 numbers and just go check them out. Get to know them. Be like, why did they make this list? Maybe there's something here, and you might learn. Andre Chase is Mr. Irrelevant this year, though.
What, number 500? Yeah.
Chase, you. That's a teachable moment for Andre Chase. He can use that. He should use that.
But Brock Purdy.
Yeah, he's the Brock Purdy of PWI this year.
Yeah.
It is pretty rare to see a WWE signed wrestler be 500. Usually it's an independent talent, but hey, good. See, the more diverse the list is getting by the year. That's awesome.
And speaking of diverse independent talent, we've got a great match for you today from LPW 12 Streets Ahead. We've got Evan Rivers versus Sheik Shabazz versus Berat Gorani versus Reid Matthews. I'm gonna put that crazy 4-way. Share screen.
You can do it. Oh, look at you. You're a pro. Pro's pro.
We will definitely be getting ads again. We're gonna definitely see Reid Matthews versus if he introduces Reid Matthews and says and his opponent's a Mitsubishi again, then it has to happen at LPW. We have to get it. Spencer has to buy a Mitsubishi for Reid Matthews to wrestle.
Oh my gosh, that was pretty impressive last week. I don't know how you guys pulled that off like you planned it.
Yeah.
To my man, Big D.
Play these videos in W2G, no ads. What's W2G?
You're welcome back at my announce table anytime, my friend.
What's W2G, Ben? I don't know.
Yeah.
I know it was bad. Making their way to the ring first.
Spencer loves wearing his glasses inside.
He's a cool guy. He's a cool cat.
He is frankly the Coach Prime of professional wrestling.
Yes. Now, did he take those glasses off when he talked to an adult?
Yeah.
I doubt it.
Well, apparently, I
felt-
met.
Oh, go
Sorry,
ahead.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Go.
No.
I'm gonna go
No,
on a
you-
different tangent.
I was literally just going to talk about Coach Prime because I totally jumped on that bandwagon.
Oh, me too. I was gonna say I tried to stay up last night and watch that game, and I fell asleep shortly after that guy took out Travis Hunter, which was kind of crappy.
Yeah, that should have been it. Like
Should've been
when I saw people complaining about it on Twitter, I'm like, that should have 100% been an ejection. Like it's ridiculous that the targeting calls and that's not an ejection. Like, that was a straight up hit. That was a hit job.
So I fell asleep and then I wake up and they're losing, and it's like the end of getting near the fourth quarter, and I'm like, I can't do it. I'll just they're gonna lose. They're down 2 scores. It's over. And I wake up this morning and I ended up catching all the highlights. They won in double overtime. I was like, holy crap. I should have stayed up. I was exhausted yesterday.
Yeah.
See this? There we go. Evan Rivers, baby.
We just have to talk through this because it's copyrighted music, and they will sue us.
Will they sue us? Do I have to dance or something, or talk about my weekend? Look at that face mask.
Yeah.
That is
great face mask.
I like that hair too. Evan Rivers is the man.
Yeah.
He is the Northern Star. Evan Rivers. Doesn't hurt my throat. I know Spencer Love.
To the win column here in LPW.
Yeah, I don't know how Spencer does that for a whole show.
Lots and lots of alcoholic beverages.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't either, because my throat would hurt after that.
Yeah.
Speaking of, while he's announcing the people, looks at the Oil Rumble, January 24th at the Rogers Center.
I'm just happy we could finally say something. Like, we've been holding on to that secret for a little bit now.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. We're wrestling at a hockey arena. The first independent to wrestle there ever. Oh, that's a Mitsubishi truck right there.
Yeah.
A fun fact: Reid Matthews is an absolute sweetheart.
Yeah. But he in all fairness, he did find out Cheeks with Baz was sponsored by Mitsubishi, and he's sending a message.
Oh man, we need more Evan Rivers in LPW.
Yeah,
just throwing that out there, Spencer. You should book him more. And then I didn't realize how tall Berat Gorani was until a couple months back. Somebody was like, he's 6'5", and I was like, no way. And then I saw some. He's super tall. Parallel, your tag team champions. They'll be wrestling against the Clandestine Society on the 28th for Speedball Strikes First. My girl TFA and Stephen Crow going to take care of business.
Tom's going to tell on that nonetheless. Evan Rivers using his speed.
Oh, watch out. Boris is right there. I see Boris right there.
Yeah, the January show is 2 weeks after my birthday, so there's a good chance I went head down for that.
There you go. JPJ, I don't know if he's still in the chat, he said he was thinking of going too. I'm going to need a massive amount of super chats to pull that off.
Or everyone in the chat just give Pluggo $1,000.
Yeah, just everybody give $1,000. We'll be good to go.
Oh, confirmed. Breaking news.
Yep.
JPJ, I'm going.
Stay in the whole week. Does that mean are you gonna do beards from Spencer Love's humble abode?
And I'll be right behind the camera making sure we don't get sued.
Yes. Well, I guess we just need to start the GoFundMe, get Pluggo to Edmonton.
Yeah.
Fund. Oh, an affiliate can't wait to meet JPJ. Me either. I haven't met JPJ yet either.
Turns out JPJ is just some weird Boston AI
Yeah.
Like you literally just type Boston into AI and you get JPJ. Yeah,
He's
fucking go Patriots.
Yeah, Tom Brady.
Yeah, Tom Brady, Red Sox. Fuck the Yankees.
Cold in a match like this.
Paul O'Neill, garbage.
Yeah.
Hot with that roaring elbow.
Still the greatest rant in Between Two Beards history had nothing to do with wrestling. He went on for 15 minutes straight about how bad Paul O'Neill was. I had to slice it down to 7 minutes for socials. I had to pay. That's what spawned us paying for Twitter Blue, was because I needed to put that full 8-minute clip out. And the only way to do it was to pay for Twitter Blue.
Some people care about flashy.
Because I said I can't let this just sit and not be used. The thickness takes on a Mitsubishi Galant.
Yeah.
Back to his feet, but in the clutches of Reid Matthews.
Oh, big suplex.
Beautifully done.
Do you think he could? I think the thickness could suplex a Mitsubishi.
Yeah.
Hit the canvas hard now.
What's a Mitsubishi's finisher?
Berat Gorani obviously
I don't know,
taller. Then Reid Matthews
the swerve.
caught those hips.
Just swerves into you.
Strength,
Oh, nice.
hooking the leg, going for the cover.
So this
But no,
was.
I was once walked, like, we were driving in to a parking lot, and it was right near where the Montreal Alouettes were finishing up a game, like a playoff game, and a drunk fan stopped in front of our car and literally lifted it off the ground.
Notice he keeps everybody in front of
So
him.
I'm 100% sure Reid Matthews can suplex a Mitsubishi. Just get some drinks in him.
Hell yeah. JPJ saying it's the Eclipse. The Mitsubishi finisher is the Eclipse.
Yeah.
Control from Rivers, up and over, rolling through, but he caught the arm.
Oh, Baraka, look at that. Did you see it?
Oh.
Beautifully done
Like he
from
was
Berat
nothing.
Gorani.
Yeah.
Shout out to Big Bad Boris and his audible chocolate.
Almost a version of a Uranagi there. Hit the canvas hard. Reid Matthews, as I mentioned, got to have eyes in the back of your head. Matthews breaking up that pin attempt.
Reid Matthews wrestling in jeans, man. Are those I gotta ask Reid, are those real jeans or are those gimmick jeans?
Up and over goes Gorani. Ooh,
I'd be sweaty.
Yeah. Like every time I see a wrestler dressed in a suit or wrestling in a suit or like jeans, I'd just be like, I would be a mad. Like I'd be chafed to all hell every match.
Right?
using
Reid Matthews, you gotta get him a baby powder sponsorship.
Yeah.
Gold Bond.
getting it. A great look at the violence.
That's just not very nice by Barat right there. You know, be nice. Why you gotta hurt Reid like that?
From Berat Gorani now onto the floor.
I just hope all the wrestlers do good.
Gets in a prone position.
It is getting harder and harder and harder to pick LPW talent for these shows because I like all of them so much.
Yeah.
Clothesline.
Like, I feel bad when I don't pick somebody because they'll yell at me.
Placing the Northern Star up on that top rope, fires in. Now looking to follow up, almost lost his footing. Perhaps looking for the superplex. Rivers holding on to that top rope. He wants no part of this, trying to fight it. Shots into that rib area, trying to escape any way he can. Able to shift positions now. Rivers up to the top.
So you said this was at LPW 12?
Yeah. Streets Ahead or Community Parody Month.
Hell yeah.
Also, I noticed, Ophelia, when I said I'm going to Edmonton, you said I can't wait to meet JPJ.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
Damn, Ophelia.
Yeah, that was cold as ice. I noticed it.
Dagger.
His thoughts together.
That's what it's like at the shows too, both these guys.
Yeah.
Ophelia's deflecting to the conversation about the match. She doesn't want to
Yeah.
break your heart anymore.
In the back of his head, he hit hard as well. Everybody down.
JPJ's a draw. Oh. Oh.
No, I just. What happened was
Scramble match here.
Spencer told you to stunner me, and that's when the distrust issues happened. I've trusted too many people who have offered me hugs on stream only to stunner me, Andrew. Every time he's like, let's give me a hug right at the end of this stream. I'm like, this time it won't actually happen like the 3 other times it's happened. Every time I fall for it.
She says, so yeah, so there's beef now. Ophelia versus Lawrence, LPW. What would that be? We're at 19.
And now Gorani and Reid Matthews.
Do we run in October or November, December? So it would be
Do we run December?
21 if we don't run in December, November, December.
No.
And Evan Rivers says,
Unless he plans on running it at other places.
Be careful what you
Because this
wish
is
for.
September's 19, October would be 20, January would be 21.
Just getting fired
So
up.
let's book it. Lawrence versus affiliate, LPW 21.
Yeah.
Ambidextrous kicks for Matthews and Gorani. Repeated kicks from Evan Rivers. Gorani able to duck. Matthews.
Oh, how dare you do that. Evan Rivers just kicking people. Not very nice. Wrestling's mean.
Yeah.
Why are they so mean?
Friends.
I've never seen a wrestling match before. Why are they so mean?
Oh,
Into the blockbuster and took out Matthews as well. Arms and legs and bodies flying everywhere in this scramble.
I can't believe I forgot who won this. It's been so long. We've run so many matches and so many events.
Oh, that was
Able
cool.
to plant in that sidewalk slam. Shoulders are down.
Shoo! Stewart's a little slow today on the count.
Yeah.
Your Love Pro Wrestling referee of the year last year.
Stuart Garvey says 2 count.
Good chance he could be a 2-timer this year. He ran that marathon last month where he refereed every match. Underrated. Nobody gave him his props. Somebody should have gave him his flowers.
The violence that took place towards Shikak Barshabaz right into the clutches of Reid Matthews. Right back to his feet. Massive show of power from Reid Matthews.
Oh.
Huge power
Awesome in
bomb.
that power bomb. Gonna go for the cover. Is it gonna be enough?
Ooh.
Maybe that's why you couldn't find it initially, because they took out Sheik Shabazz at the beginning and it became a triple threat.
Yeah.
It was it was supposed to be a 4-way scramble.
Arguing the cadence of the referee's count.
That would make sense. See,
Yeah, that makes sense.
we figure this out.
It's gonna get you nowhere.
But one fun thing about the C4 show is anytime somebody took out a door,
Plotting out his next bit of offense.
the crowd would start chanting the local hardware store. So like anytime to go there would be like Stanley Hardware, Stanley Hardware.
Randy able to use that lower base to just kick him off and now lock it on that submission.
That's awesome. The best chant I heard this weekend was West Virginia versus Pittsburgh when Sweet Caroline came on. And then the bop, bop, bop part came up. The West Virginia fans would say, "Eat shit, pit."
Also, Mike started a sexy Uno chant.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Evil Uno was there too. Kevin
Yeah.
Blackwood was there. That was a show, man.
Yeah, such a Kevin Blackwood, the villain of C4. Just a real jerk in C4.
It's Kevin Blackwood, the villain of everywhere he goes, but he's so good.
Yeah.
Oh, he's back. Oh, he just killed Reid Matthews.
He clocked Reid Matthews.
Woo!
That's what you call a receipt.
Matthews
Reid
go
Math-
night.
Reid Matthews fucked on him and he fucked on him right back.
Oh,
Shabazz took out the thickness with
and now the thickness is moving on to the Mitsubishi Galant.
Yeah.
One-on-one with Evan Rivers and Abel.
He knows who the real villain is. Mitsubishi.
Oh,
At this
what
point, Mitsubishi should just sponsor us.
Shabazz able to
Another great match.
You think so? You think they might? They should. I mean, we put them over 2 weeks in a row.
Give us money, please. Money, please.
Monies.
So, Pluggo,
Yes.
what do you have going on this week? What's going on? Yeah.
We got Between Two Beards on Thursday night at 8 p.m. with JPJ, the co-host with the most, the Boston guy that we just talked about.
Yeah.
8 p.m. there, which is only for an hour because Quizplex will be on this. We got Quizplex this month, so coming out there. Saturday mornings, 10 a.m. with Blair, your usual Brunch Gimmick co-host, doing 4 Exposure, where we talk and highlight all the independent wrestling around the world that we can, and we'll probably be talking some heavy LPW this week. So stay tuned for that. That's what I got going on.
As for me, you can follow me at CartCNDG for all the socials. And you can catch me back here next Sunday and possibly a Blowing Off stream this week. I have to talk to Zach, but I think I might push for one this week. Yeah, and that's going to do it for us. Thanks, everyone, whoever hopped in the chat this week, for chatting with us. JPJ, Ophelia, Omar... Omar came
Big
in.
Ben Orton.
Ben, Zach coming in. Feeling a little under the weather.
Zach coming in to make fun of himself for putting himself over, which was ultimately him putting himself over in the chat.
But yeah, that's our show for this week. Same time next week, friends.
Peace.
Bye.